Now you straight from the south side. Mike. I'm just so happy to be here right now. Real R.A.P Podcast. All right, what's happening, world? We are back with the second episode of the Real R.A.P Podcast. That is real regular ass people doing regular extracurricular things, man. Right now, I'm joined fantastic panel. To my left, we're gonna get everybody introduced. We can hop right into this. I have my man Ty Riggs. Why don't you tell the people what you've been doing, how long you've been in the game, what you got going on, brother?
Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's Ty Riggs, a.k.a. Wasabi the Black Samurai, a.k.a. Leonardo DiCaprio, a.k.a. Thotty Pippen. I'm a comedian in Chicago. I do a lot of stuff. Follow me on social media on IG at Yo Mama's Fave. Or just type in Ty Riggs. I'm the first Ty Riggs that shows up. Google me, baby.
I like how fast he just went right over one of his BKAs was Your Mama's Fave. Like that's a
yes.
That's a right there in your face. Next up, we have the lovely and talented Jessica Masanto. I ruined it. We just went over it and I ruined it. Please tell the people the correct way to say your name.
It's Misitano.
Misitano. I was so close.
You are the first person to pop up. I was just proving that.
When you talk about
There's
Your Mama's Fave,
lie, yeah. Your Mama's Fave. 3. Yeah.
How long you been in the game, sweetie?
5 years.
Oh, there you go.
Sweetheart.
No, I like that.
Hot tits.
Hey, sugar muffins. And then to my immediate left, we also have the very lovely and talented Courtney Peterson. Go ahead and tell the people a little bit about yourself. How long you been in the game?
What's up, guys? Courtney Peterson, a.k.a. Michael Horden. Just kidding. No, I'm just playing that.
Your mama's slave.
Your mama's slave.
Your daddy's number one call.
No, I've been in and out of the game for a couple of years, you know. I come in and out, you know, here and there, but I've been back in for a little while.
That's
so,
fantastic.
A couple of years here and there.
Yeah, well, I would like to officially say Happy New Year to the world. Happy New Year to everybody here in the panel. We're on the other side right now. The rest of these sucker fishes at home recouping from last night, and we're back out here working. So it's fantastic to have you guys here. Cheers. Cheers it up.
Cheers.
Yeah, we're being responsible out here. So this is the first episode of the new year. So last episode was the year in review. This is going to be the year looking forward. Man, just a ton of topics to go over right now. We're going to get into them right away. So as a matter of fact, first time we have ladies on the panel, and the first thing that I actually wanted to hop into, because I'm actually curious just to find out about it, is in the year 2022, being a woman in the comic space, the comedian game, I want to get an idea of what that picture is looking like these days to you. So when you just say that, you know, being a lady in what would probably be defined as a male-oriented game, right? What does that look like right now? What'd you say?
If you're talking Chicago-wise,
definitely.
I mean, I guess in general, because I started doing more touring or just doing more stuff out of the city, it's honestly it's easy, and I in a way I appreciate it and I like it.
Okay.
As far as bookings go, but in the same sense, I feel like I'm filling a gap, which I guess I can't really complain. But at the same time, you know, it's at the end of I do have that competitiveness. Like I still want to prove that I deserve to be where I'm at and not feel like I got it just because I'm a woman.
When you're walking into a room, are you noticing there's an equal amount of everybody there, or is it still like, okay, I'm walking in the room and chances are I'm going to be the only lady on the
See, I feel like the women, you know what I mean? I feel like 2022 is different for me because I feel like it's getting harder out there for us because all our spots are being taken by the they them. So I'm just kidding.
The they thems.
No, speak on it.
That's when you're.
You know what I mean? Though I feel like, you know what I mean. I feel like it's mostly pretty equal. I feel like between men and women now, but you know.
I think that like in the city, yeah, for sure. In any overpopulated city where just everyone is just in a clusterfuck of the same opinions, then yeah, they're so focused on diversity they don't realize how much they're stereotyping at the same time. So, but when you leave the city, you're either going to just fill the female gap or they're going to book you because they think you're funny. Like there's still, when I went to Nashville, it was nice, but it's nice to be funny in a city in front of new people. But at the same time, it was also really nice to be objectified I forgot what that was like.
Honestly,
can attest.
Yeah, no. We went to Nashville, and this bitch went on stage, and she got off, and somebody went up to her, and like, I'm thinking that I thought they were gonna say she had a nice set, but they went, "Hey, just want you to know you have great tits."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Wait, what?" And he's like, "No. I mean, like, they looked really great on stage."
Yeah.
And we were like, "Wait, what are you saying?" And he's like, "No, your tits." Like, he thought
Yeah.
we were like
He was
crazy
like-
for like being
Nothing to
weird
do
about
like, what aren't you understanding?
And then I
Yeah.
like backed away, and he's like, "No, your tits are good too." And I was like, "What the fuck, bro?"
A lady was like, "Oh, she's mad you didn't say anything." He goes, "No, your breasts look good too." He thought that was the issue because we just looked at each other kind of stunned.
It's a consolation cancel.
In the city, like, people know better than to say that, but it's like,
But Jessica was like, "Oh, finally, we're back to the good old days."
thank you. Yes, thank you.
I thought you were paying attention to
She
what
had
I
a
had to
great
say.
set in more ways than one.
I was really hoping to be
was the only
strong
thing that
armed in
could
the
have
back
been
of
said.
an SUV.
Heck yeah, man. What say you, Ty? What is it looking like in the black landscape for young black men with dreadlocks and who's the dude on this shirt? Who's in the
Actually, I can speak on this.
Reptar shirts.
For young brothers in locks and Reptar shirts, what's the
You know what? I don't know because I'm in a weird space. I'm like from other like black comics in the city. I'm like one of 15, 20 dreadhead comics. But the thing is, Chicago's so segregated. There's comics that are on there's comics on the north side that's scared to go to the south side or be like,
and vice versa, to be honest.
And vice versa, exactly.
Vice
And
versa.
All right, I thought we were just gonna
No
roll right
takesy
past
backsies
that.
on that word.
So again, this is a very editable
I'm
setup that we
that.
have here. I'm definitely gonna voice over that I said it regular.
You made that sound cute
But
as
yeah,
hell.
see,
Vice versa.
I kind of teeter-totter between both sides. I really only get booked on the north side, so people recognize me as a north side comic. But
you're not scared to go south of Roosevelt.
Yeah, I know. They know me. I know them. Sometimes they don't really fuck with my jokes, but I'm like, it's working on being able to hit that frequency, I call it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I can do the same jokes on either side. It's just I have to deliver them differently.
Sure. The mentality, would you say that's fear of the other side or fear of the other people?
Oh, I think it's a little bit of both. It's like, because, people are inclined to stay where they're comfortable. So it's like, if you kill right here and you're doing good right there, when you think about the other side and you see how, like, the other side does their thing, there's a little bit of fear in it.
Yeah.
I try to encourage, like, people like, yo, go to this mic. It's up north-ish. Like, it's in the area, but it's still the same vibe. It's still the same people. If anything, network. Get to know the other comics and stuff, because booking the same 15 people on your show because you don't know anybody else is dumb.
It's stale as fuck.
I don't know.
So I'm like,
diversity.
it's plenty of comics in Chicago that are good, where you can do a show for a year and have a different lineup of good quality comics.
Yes.
Instead of your 15 friends and this random person you met at an open mic that you want to give a shot to.
Or just
like some out of town person that randomly comes in. Or something.
Right.
Or just somebody that the thing is, it's just become a like stage time has become a bargaining chip with people producing.
I think you were a little off mic. Right, with the question.
Is this better?
I
forgot what I was
now
saying.
go back to being natural.
I feel like I feel like comedy's just become a bargaining chip. People are booking the same people because they also have something to offer. A lot of what we do is you have a lot of opportunistic people that I honestly don't feel like appreciate the craft the way that they should, which is focusing on, people are so focused on getting attention rather than producing quality content or trying to be entertaining, which at the end of the day, I think is why we get into this. But people get so into their egos and stuff like that. That's why they keep putting on the same people, because it's so easy to put on this person or that person because they have something to offer me.
Yeah, they're putting value on things other than just being funny, which is what it should be.
Right, which is why the lineups suffer, and then they put up women first, so they put up a person of color just to fill a gap, and it's the same people
the
just
token
cycling.
spot?
Yes, the
lineup
token spot.
curation is a lost art. There's not a lot of comics that are very good at lineup curation. It's like, okay, I know these comics, I know these jokes. I put him first. I put him second. I put him third. Shit. I know I've been put on black shows where like I am the most experienced comic, but because like I'm not their homie and they just know me, they're just trying to fill a spot. I go up first.
Right, which is it's a recipe. I think a recipe for disaster is putting up the newest person first. They'll put up somebody that isn't really well known, that hasn't been doing it a long time, and you give them that first spot, and it's like, well, good job, dumbass. Now you're tanking your show, and then you have an I'm sorry to say it, but so many producers of shows make this fucking mistake where they just put on the newest person first, and then they're not strong hosts themselves. They're trying to just do something so that they are able to bargain stage time. So then they put up these insufferable fucking terrible shows with people, and then they put up one good headliner, and then they rely on the headliner to be like, that was an all right show, when really it wasn't. You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, everyone knows you got to put the worst comic second. You know what I mean?
The worst, or don't even put them out. Don't put the worst comic on. Period.
I'm glad to know that we're all jaded ex-girlfriends.
I've been put up
lineup
second all the time.
When you do enough shows where you drive an hour in the snow where you're getting paid $10 to do 15 minutes, and then there's 12 comics on the lineup, and a lot of them are their friends, and then they just have some random asshole hosting that put in no effort to learning your last name, where it's like insulting.
No, that's
and
definitely a fantastic callback.
We do this because we enjoy it, because we love to entertain, but there's a recipe to it that I think people just don't value and don't put enough effort to do because they're fucking stupid and lazy. And so they, you have. I know I'm so jaded, and then now you're all gonna fucking know the truth.
You're definitely a bitter black woman.
That's why I'm kind of picky about the shows that I put myself on, because if I hear that it's a terrible show with inexperienced hosts who don't properly promote it, who don't even put it, like, one of the things that you're supposed to do as someone who's a producer is make sure you handle seating. Don't let people space out and seat themselves, because laughter is contagious. So you just want to keep everybody nestled.
That's right. That's the hot spot, the red zone.
The hot spot. Yeah. And then you if you don't have the chops to bring in a suffering crowd that's not really into it, if a comic bombs and you don't have the experience to fix that, you honestly, in my opinion, you don't have any fucking business hosting or producing a show.
So you had mentioned in there that the love for what we do and the entertainment space, and I actually this whole last year I was like in love with comedy in general, either performing, just going up watching, and what have you. And towards the end of the year, your boy Louis C.K. dropped another special quietly. Did anybody here watch it?
I didn't watch it. It's mostly because I don't want to pay for anything.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
No,
if I can get it on bootleg, I'll watch it.
Right, I'll watch it on bootleg.
So does just the name Louis C.K. in our space used to be up there in the pantheons, used to be up there in the someone put him on the Mount Rushmore of comedy.
Yeah, God tier level.
And he's still there.
Right. Where is he at right now?
Funny.
He's still touring. He did
I love his emails.
He sold out the Vic like a couple weeks ago.
Right.
I think it's a great pushback, and I think it's like, honestly, when you look at it from an outside perspective, regardless of what he did or what people's perception of it,
accusations.
It's people want to act like they're holier than thou when they come after somebody's throat, and it's like a lot of times these people pointing the finger have dirty fucking hands. So
a lot of the times, always of the times,
yeah.
Nobody's out there undirty, right?
No, yeah, no. Yeah.
Everyone has a skeleton in their closet. Some have a few. Some are just
graveyards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that he actually called it early in his career. He was like, "Oh no, this is definitely all gonna crash and burn." But until then, I'm just having a ball.
Yeah,
I find it kind of impressive though how he's able to like still do all this stuff without the use of like social media and shit, because he's like not on there, because like he would get torn apart on the internet basically. So like he's doing all this like shows and stuff and selling out. So it's like kind of a testament to like the fact that you can still like do stuff in real life.
10-15 years ago, he wouldn't be able to do that. I think he would have an audience like Stanhope, how he's kind of like, he's a known comic, but he's still an underground comic in my eyes. He's a top dog of underground comics, because not everybody knows who he is, but he has such a strong presence, and he took the time to build his fan base that he can do and say whatever the fuck he wants and go under the radar. Whereas, Louis got specials and he had shows and he's done this and that and the other. So, but I think prior to anything he's done on Netflix, it wouldn't been easy for him to bounce back. Like Chris D'Elia, I don't think quite bounce back the way that he hoped to.
You can't bounce back from.
Because he's
from
trying to
You
do
can't
that on
bounce back
TikTok.
from nothing
He's trying
with
to
a
bounce
name
back
like
He's
on
on
Aaliyah.
TikTok, yeah.
Really?
So
Yeah,
Chris
dude.
D'Elia?
Yeah,
Chris
dude.
D'Elia is on TikTok.
He's done
like,
that.
He's doing like
well,
like,
there's a bunch of kids on there. What do
Now
you
he's trying to reach
Yeah,
the
I was
youth
about
for
to
real,
say,
for real,
like,
right?
didn't he get caught up in like some questionable underage and
Several.
stuff? And then he was like, you know how I'm gonna get him back?
Yeah.
TikTok.
TikTok.
The youngest socials
And
out
Chris
there.
love the kids.
Yeah. But you know what? The thing is that it's
That's a new segment.
kind of working for him because I pay attention to comments when I'm on TikTok, and it's like half the some of the comments are them shitting on him, and a lot of times people are just like whatever. So, but I don't think he quite bounced back the way that he would hope to because honestly, I don't he's okay. His enthusiasm carries a lot of his punchlines. Would you say that? Or do you think he's a strong writer as a comic?
I never really he was never really my thing, so I never listened to too much of his stand up.
I like his reactions to the jokes he tells. I don't think but what the fuck do I know? I don't.
Yeah, he has really active eyebrows. You take those away.
Yeah, he's very animated, so he's entertaining. But when I went to go see him, live. So I've been to quite a few shows, and I've been, a lot of. If I can, I'll try and sit as close as possible. The only person I've been able to sit in a balcony and pay attention to is Tom Segura. I did the same thing with Chris D'Elia, and it's just not the same because when you're up in the balcony and you can't even see his face, his jokes are just like, who is this fucking cokehead on stage just because you can't see it. But if you,
it's a good impression.
What's battling against cancel culture if it's not comedy right now? Like what else can actively go against cancel culture and
Hollywood.
say we're gonna say whatever we're gonna say and whatever we want?
Hollywood.
That's the thing. People put cancel culture in in a space that they're like scared to say certain things when sometimes it's like you just have to believe in what you say. A lot of my friends, a lot of my peoples be like, "Why do you say all this crazy shit and you don't get in trouble?" Because I say it with my chest.
Yeah.
I've learned early that if you say something and people can sense that you don't feel it. So when you don't feel it, they second guess it. Now they're thinking about what you said instead of you just said it. It happened. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, what are they gonna do, right? It's like there's a sort of respect in that of all right, they believe that. What am I gonna do? I can't fight this person if they really believe in something,
Right. A lot of comics are scared to say what they want to say because they think that what they're saying is wrong. So now it's like you don't believe in what you're saying, so now you don't have the courage to say it. Instead of just doing it. Cancel culture is more of what you do in the background. If you present yourself as a stand-up guy, as a good person, as a God-fearing guy, as a and you're a scumbag in the background, that when that scumbag shit comes up, that's when you get canceled.
Yeah, that's such a good point.
That
The people, the Christian,
I always
goody
say,
two-shoes, they're the ones that are like, oh shit, they're fucking.
The people I always say, the people that put on this shiny face that they're just a person of virtue, man, they got kitty porn on their computers or something.
Most definitely.
And I think what's worked for Louis is that it's like, if you listen, after I found it, after all that stuff dropped, I went back and I watched all his specials. 65% of what he talks about has to do with masturbating.
Oh, most definitely.
Has to do with him. He's it's not like he's hiding that he's a jerk off. He's not a perfect person, which makes him relatable. Why do you?
He was definitely leaving breadcrumbs for sure. His entire career.
This is who I am.
Yeah. If Chris D'Elia was like, man, you ever hate when a girl is 17 years old?
You're like, when's your birthday? Why can't you be older?
Then we'd be like, all right, well, I guess we
all
did
right.
that come.
We did,
I kind of like it. Puts on her pressure. It puts on her pressure that if you are gonna say something that's bold, that's outside the lines, you got to be closer to the bullseye to land it. So it kind of filters out a lot of nonsense because there's a whole lot of gibberish on stage. There's a whole lot of rubbish.
Yeah, I feel
going
like people
on at any given time.
Yeah, people are so scared to do it in public, but you get somebody on one-on-one, you're gonna find out what they really believe in, and half the time they're not as pandery or as
all right, so a look forward into the new year. They are talking about vaccine mandates. So I don't know your vaccine status. It doesn't really matter, right? How do you feel about the government saying, all right, you want to make any maneuvers in America, you got to have XYZ done. You got to catch the prick.
You talking about the passport?
Catch the prick.
They're talking about that. I remember reading an article of the Army or somebody coming up with chips if people want to travel,
The mark of the beast.
If people want to travel international, dude, I don't put anything, like, you can't even say anything's a conspiracy theory, because here's the thing is that we conspired the idea that Hollywood is full of pedophiles and everyone's like a pervert and a predator, and then you have somebody on trial for that right now and nobody gives a shit. So I don't want to fucking hear anything about it.
Oh, she got found guilty out of like 5 or 6.
She got fucking found guilty. Here's the thing is that that's not even like the interesting part of it. The interesting part of it is, okay, she was found guilty. Now we will work with you and we will make you a deal if you drop names. That's where it's going to get interesting.
So do you think that when she does start dropping names, is it coming out on Netflix?
If she's
is it
able
be on
to,
Amazon Prime?
I mean,
it's definitely 2 seasons.
It's the list.
She's essentially
Kiefer Sutherland.
Voiceover by Morgan Freeman. I feel like here's the thing is like you're putting the same thing with the Epstein thing, right? Is that he got prosecuted, put in jail. They're like, all right, name names, and he ends up killing himself. Is that what happened? Is that what happened?
You didn't use the air quotes. Can I ask you why? Can I ask you why on Instagram they have regular quotes, but they don't have, and they have hands, but nobody's done these hands.
The air quotes.
Yeah, like for the emojis.
We need some emojis.
We definitely need these emojis. Because that's different than putting something.
Because it would just look like this though. Like that could mean.
Yeah, because you type something and then you do these emojis. Why do they not have that yet?
Yeah.
They need like a person.
Because it means a whole different thing.
Or like you know how you got the memoji for your iPhone and it just goes like.
Oh yeah. I also
allegedly.
I want the whistling emoji. I want a whistle emoji. There's no whistling emoji.
What
like
kind
while
of
you
whistle?
work?
I would use that like in terms
like a dick sucker.
Like a cat call?
For that reason.
You want some guy to be like, hey, you had really nice boobs on stage. Whistle emoji.
What's a whistle emoji look like?
With a whistle with little music notes, you fucking idiots.
Hey, bye boom.
Hey, Metaverse, get on that stat. We need a whistling emoji.
Just saying. And then you made a gun into a fucking water gun. How that's so non-threatening. But you'll keep a knife and a samurai sword. But I can't.
It's cultural, goddammit.
Trying to take down the NRA, which you won't.
Hey, shout out to the first person that gets killed by a sword in 2022.
I hope so.
Damn, I didn't.
Don't say that because that's gonna happen tomorrow.
Motherfucker
gonna be like, fuck a mass shooting. I'm cutting
just
niggas.
stabbing somebody. Oh my god. So vaccine
Dude,
mandates.
if you have somebody, hang on, before we get on that stupid topic of mask mandates,
this is the greatest topic.
Can you imagine if somebody like in a shopping center just dual wielding swords like Michonne from Walking Dead and just taking down people in a shopping center? I'd let him free.
So you definitely have daydreams about Blade.
I've masturbated to it. Yeah.
One thing.
Yeah, Blade is sexy though.
One thing, those swords aren't that sharp, or they're not that strong. So you can cut about 3-4 people before you get subdued or the sword breaks.
It's definitely not as cool as it is in the movies where you just slash somebody and they fall out dead. Like you'll probably have a conversation. They'll be like, "Why, bro?"
Michonne did decapitate a few people effortlessly, but I'm like, those swords is heavy as hell. He'll get tired.
How far do you think you can get with ninja stars?
You're
really good at it. Like, how many people do you think you could take out with ninja
just running,
stars?
Hurt,
pluck it out of his
you
chest.
can hurt everybody, but kill.
It seems like it's
you
just
kill one child.
inconvenient.
You kill one child.
You're just inconveniencing a lot of. You're just backing up ER rooms. The fuck did I do?
You're a well-trained ninja. You throw a ninja star, it bounces off. Hey, bro.
That's like 12 stages.
Hey, bro, I'm walking here.
Hey, you with the COVID hoodie on. Why'd you throw that at me? You almost cracked my screen.
You can only kill babies with ninja stars. That's the thing.
I'm in customer service. Why'd you do that?
Oh my gosh. Keep the party rolling, kids. Don't worry about me.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, bye.
All right.
Mass mandates, it's most definitely going to start a civil war, but I will be safe because I have my shots.
All right.
That's kind of how I feel about it too. I mean, you might as well just do it.
Look, you want a good size. I was like, hey,
The way that I saw it was like at first I was like vehemently like, it's not that I don't want to, because it's just that I literally, from history, I don't trust any sort of government policy.
As you
I
should.
don't.
Yeah,
and
you
you shouldn't because they're all wealthy fucking pedophilic murderers, so I don't trust anything they have to say or be like, yeah, go ahead, stick this in your arm. Yeah, there's this deadly thing happening.
I mean,
and then we're like looking around like, okay.
I most definitely gave the vaccine like 6 months. Like the PlayStation 5. It's like, give us a time to get the kinks out. The heads explode, the eyeballs
I wanna
burn
see
out
what
of
it
people's
does.
heads. And
Yeah.
then when everything is safe and you got all the kinks out, you get your own and you're good.
I don't know. I don't think it's natural because when you think about it like that, it's like I feel like it's like a slow kill. If we're talking hypothetical conspiracy stuff, like you don't see like dogs just dropping dead of heart attacks randomly. You don't see like animals just dropping dead of like heart failure just at a very
just because we
ripe
don't
age.
see it doesn't mean it's not happening.
What do you
Remember when the
mean?
first
I've never
COVID
buried a
dropped?
dog. Been
Cats
like,
have AIDS.
he
all
had a
right?
very
A
fatty
lot
diet.
of it.
Yeah.
They got herpes and everything. You remember when the first COVID dropped and they were like, man, they got like animals at the zoo were catching it and this, that, and the third.
Yeah,
Oh,
Tiger
yes,
caught
yeah.
COVID.
And it was real scary. So I don't know if you guys covered it in my absence, but so if the government mandates it, isn't that against something that in the country we're in? If
Look,
they
I
tell
don't
you have
trust
to
it.
do something?
I don't trust it, but my overwhelming want to eat at Chili's and shit.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm just gonna do it because I don't trust it necessarily, but
The
I
way
don't
I
want to
s-
be taken away. Shit
I
that I want
was
to do.
I was so like I was again because I just based on like history, like I don't know, man, like 50 years ago another country roped a group of people and slaughtered them for no reason. So like the way it's like and just the way history just repeats itself, because I believe that firmly, we're due for a mass murder. So I think like they have to be more stealthily because of the fact of how much freedom we have and how many people do fucking carry and will fight for what they believe in. But at this point, I tried to kill myself a few years ago. So I'm like, what am I keeping alive exactly? So
Damn.
Mhm.
that's just the way. There's a perception. Not to like talk about like depressed stuff, but it's like,
Did
I don't really care anymore.
Did
know?
you talk to somebody about that, or did
Why
you just
would
find
I?
your
Shut
own
up.
way?
For them to be like, just do.
We
things
love
and-
you.
Yeah.
You have so much value. Okay, shut the fuck up.
This just turned into a
That'll be
real
$100.
conversation, not just a podcast.
Help me.
Hey, as a person that's dealt with that shit, sometimes you don't feel like talking about it because it's the same conversation.
It's the same thing over and over. You have value. Blah, blah,
We love
blah.
you. Think of everybody else. What about me, nigga?
I am thinking about everybody else. That's exactly why I'm doing
that's
it.
what brought
That
you
would be
there?
so selfish of you. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't,
If somebody,
I don't care about y'all.
I'm not doing this for the common good. You know?
Who told you I was a good person?
Jessica,
First
so
of all.
if you knew somebody that had that going on in their mind or in their day to day, that was something they're considering, would you have something to tell them, or would you just be like, hey, buck up, catch
I'd
them
be
on the
like-
next one? Is there anything that can be
I'm
said
like
for somebody going through that?
I wouldn't say I'm the worst person to talk to about depressed stuff because I relate to it. I'm like, I haven't found my way out of the fucking pits. Like, if we're both in the bottom of a hole, I'm not gonna cheer you up and be like, we're fucking stuck in this
Drag 'em
hole. Like,
down.
you got poison? Like,
Hey, if anything happens,
Yeah.
can I get your video game?
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
I
what
get
up?
That
Let me-
TV is nice, bro. Like, I don't.
Yeah, it depends on what
Or-
they got. I just want to smoke a blunt about it. You know what I mean? Like then, well, if they start talking, well, let's do that, and then let's talk about it.
I'm in a
after that.
position where I can easily talk myself out of stuff now. It's like I'll think about it. I'll be laying in bed and I'll be like, you should just swallow your whole bottle of pills. And then I'm like, I'm just gonna go play Resident Evil 4.
But that's what I really wanted,
Hell
because
yeah.
once upon a time,
Yeah,
I was
it's just
on like
boredom.
Ritalin and whatnot. Do pills work?
No.
I'm on them. Yeah, I'm on them.
If
but-
you're trying to have sex while you on the pills, but
Gas
not,
station
like-
pills, bro?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ugh,
Like it
not
shows.
gas
It shows like the first
I
thing
can't
you
do that.
got.
So fucking big. Like,
Yeah,
I wanna.
they're humongous,
I'm like, just
bro.
give me an Adderall. I'll
And the
make
fact
it do what
that
it
you
do.
have
There's-
to ask the gas station attendant,
no-
let me get that blue dragon.
Yeah, where's the blue rhino? Let me
There's
get
Yeah.
yeah, where's
absolutely-
that dinosaur?
There's no
Stacker,
CDC
3.
regulations. There's no
Right.
like side effect, nothing. It's just a dude standing there, and then the next frame is like her passed out, and the dude's like dick on fire.
It's like,
Give me that goat wheat. Yes, that's what I
What
want.
is it with goat weed? Just making you, why does goat weed make you guys
Whatever
so
happened to
hard?
good old
It's like,
I don't
ginseng?
man.
I don't know.
I think
I
it's
don't know.
mind over matter, honestly.
I
I
just
think
like
it's
y'all need
just
to
a
drink
bunch of
more
bullshit.
water.
Just stop drinking beer, eat a green vegetable, and
I think it's all placebos, and it's like
A
just
lot of
the
it is.
mentality thing. It's like this pill will make your dick hard, and because you believe it, it's gonna happen.
well,
The only pill that tells you your dick will get hard and doesn't work is ecstasy. That's just
shit.
But then I don't. But then you think you're rubbing a nipple, it's really a nail on the wall and shit.
Oh my god, it's such a good full body high. And then
do you guys have a drug that when you ingest it, it makes you want to fucking just like I have to, and I don't care how I sound to get it.
Just 3 off of acid. That's the shit.
Yeah.
I haven't tried acid yet.
I have. It's fun. It's really fun.
Off of Molly. Oh my god, Molly sex is the best.
Yeah.
And weed. That's just the go-to.
Weed makes you want to fuck.
It makes you want to.
Girl,
yeah,
you got
absolutely.
that sex.
Weed
makes me want to do everything I normally do. Just
I become like a pillow princess. I'm like everything.
Dude, I just want to go to a buffet by myself.
A buffet. I went to a buffet with Jessica. It was the worst experience I've ever had.
Don't blame me
I've
for that.
also been to a buffet with Jessica.
Yeah.
It wasn't her fault. It was the buffet's fault. Most definitely.
Yeah, it was the worst experience.
I was like, see, even before COVID, this was gross. This was disgusting. I see
he
why I
went
haven't
there
been here in a
and
while.
you had 4 items on your plate, and you're like, how do you eat this? And
for everything getting canceled, how are buffets still a real thing? How are communal eating pits?
If you try to come for buffets, I will beat the fuck out of you on camera.
Because of her and all of her friends, they keep them in business.
Yeah, honestly.
Great China buffet. Like,
speaking of China, so they are hosting the Winter Olympics, and there's mad people boycotting them right now.
Good. They made that. Did you? Okay, so
they made that girl disappear.
They made that girl disappear. Didn't speak about it, and now you have this revolt against them because
which girl did they make disappear again?
The Women's Tennis Association is suspending its tournaments in China over concerns about the safety of tennis star Peng Shuai. She is the Grand Slam doubles champion who accused China's former vice premier of sexual assault. She disappeared for almost 3 weeks, then reappeared in public life again without any explanation.
She was like I believe a tennis player that came out about a government official raping her or assaulting her, and she just fell off the map, and they try to make it they just try to sweep it under a rug. But they tried to.
They most definitely vaporized.
But the thing is, pre-internet and pre-TikTok, they would have gotten away with it. But because of the fact that everyone's documenting everything. Like your 3-year-old can't even take a shit without someone pulling a camera out and being like, "This is Camden's first shit." It's like, so if a girl goes missing, a popular Chinese tennis player, an Olympic tennis player goes missing, or golf. I don't know what the fuck she does.
It was tennis.
But okay. And she just goes missing, and then everyone's like, well, the show must go on. No, that doesn't work at all. So yeah, everyone's boycotting it, as they should, because just because China's big doesn't mean they shouldn't be held accountable.
Hey, they ran by different rules. This is what I understand.
That's fine, but we have the option to not participate in their dumb little Olympic games. We'll just take that shit to Sweden.
Take it to Sweden. Hey.
You know what though? To that point though, I'm happy that at the time I grew up, I have memories instead of everything on video, because there's damn sure things. My mom had me when she was 17. You know how many things I don't want to know about what she was doing when I was a little kid, as opposed to now it literally everybody has a movie of their life. When I was growing up, if your folks had a video camera, you were rich as shit. Because it was the big you dig, you had to hold on the it looked like an Autobot, for real.
We had cameras, but I didn't like being on camera because I was always up to no good.
Oh, privileged ass. How you had a movie camera when you was growing up?
Yeah, we didn't have cameras. We were
I didn't
know. That would have been a true crime documentary.
You really get to see your mom thotting these days.
Yeah, I don't want to see my mom twerking or any of her sex tapes. I'd be like,
my mom used to send me to the islands for the summer to spend time with my grandma while she was back in Chicago doing her thing.
Yeah, my mom would send us away for the summers too. Same thing.
I wish. No.
Did you see? Did you guys see that quote unquote Karen on the plane? Please, somebody get on top of these.
She was hot.
She was really hot, and that was a hilarious video.
You know what?
It's like, did you just call me a cunt? He's like, hell yeah, bitch.
Yeah, sit down, Karen, and she just punched him.
I love.
Now you going to jail. Now you going to jail.
I love that she was screaming on him to put his mask on without a mask on.
Right. He's like, I'm eating. What are you doing?
Yeah.
She spit in his face. Is there anything more disrespectful that you could do to anybody outside of spit in their face?
Oh, God.
Pre-COVID, post-COVID, anything.
Punch their grandma.
No,
Still up.
Because his grandma spit in your face.
Right.
He was an old ass man too. She just punched an
old
old
as
dude.
shit, yeah.
In the
I would have
face.
done the same shit. And you can't even like.
You
I
would've punched
feel
the
like
guy?
You would have. Yeah, you would have.
one time I put a cigarette out on a man's face after my dad died.
How much did he pay you?
We both got to come, so that's all that matters. So I feel like right now it's like everyone is so frazzled, and I understand. Like I was on the plane from the Dominican, and I recently had surgery, and I was in a lot of pain, and just people were being rude as shit to me because I was in so much pain I couldn't speak. So it's like I didn't want to be like, you're asking me all these questions, ma'am, are you okay? I'm like, I am hot and I'm in pain. Leave me the fuck alone. Like I don't need 5 of you motherfuckers coming up and asking if I'm well enough to go on a plane. At that point, yeah, I'm irritable. So then I get on the plane, I'm getting help to my seat, and then I try and get up and I fall on the plane. I'm like, I fucking hope this plane, I hope it crashes.
Mid-flight.
I hope a soul baby survives and they can grow up just being like, both my parents died in a wreck.
I'm glad they didn't have video cameras for you, for sure.
Good. Anywho.
So they do have the metaverse coming up, right? Are you guys? Is this something that's excitable to you?
No.
I got my Oculus. I'm ready.
Is it already a thing? So I don't know. Is it like a place you go to? www.metaverse. Like how?
There's chat rooms. There's like little spaces that look like living rooms that you have in your Oculus.
Oh, cool.
Shit. Even the Netflix app on the Oculus is like a living room, and you're sitting on a couch, and you got like the big screen in front of you.
It's good to know Crystalia has another platform.
But like it's mostly just weird dudes in those rooms.
Yeah,
like, it's not a lot of girls, and if there are girls, they're
Why
probably
would
ugly.
Damn, I'll be right there.
But it's still
I'll
not
take
like
one for the team.
it's still not like super high tech, right? Everybody looks like Nintendo Wii characters.
Oh, it's good. It's good like graphics, but yeah, they all pick like whatever avatar they want.
Have you done VR comedy?
Hell no.
That's what I'm asking for. Somebody setting up a guy I know saw me do a set. He's setting up a metaverse comedy club.
Don't.
And he wants, so it's just not.
Is it paid?
Can you imagine
Is it paid
just
booking?
doing jokes to a bunch of
better be.
floating
Right.
heads
It
with
better
like
not be
just
no virtual
balls for
bucks.
hands?
It's just
Dude, I'd do it. That sounds cool.
Motherfuckers still a joke in the metaverse.
know.
You gotta
Why
smack them in real life.
You're just standing out. You're just staring
I'm
out
just like
at
on the
sea.
toilet, like, you know what I mean?
on a virtual toilet.
Nobody has legs, and it's just a room with a bunch of floating bots. Yeah, and there's a delay in the laughs. Like I didn't do VR comedy, but I watched somebody with a headset and the little hand things doing VR comedy, and it is so fucking funny. Like they do their joke, and then they're just like looking around because they're getting laughs, but you can't hear it. So
you can't hear the other audience members. It's just...
No, like he can, but for me, I'm sitting on there waiting for him to get done so we can go to a buffet naturally, and. So he finishes his punchline, and then he's sitting there smiling with this fucking VR face mask, and it was like I had such a strong case of secondhand embarrassment. I don't know what metaverse is. I don't really like social media like that, and I try to not be overly involved with that, but it's fine because it's.
That's
inevitable.
what I'm trying to understand with my old ass. It's an actual place you type in to go, or you just throw on the thing and you there?
It's an app.
It's an app.
I'm not
Yeah, it's an app.
partaking.
Like
I'll
I'll be there.
The home of your Oculus is just
Can't
whatever scenery you want, and it's like 360. You can see water flowing. There's birds in the sky. You got a fireplace over in the corner. But like the metaverse, you can actually go into other rooms, and people are doing things and talking and bullshit, and it's not as fun as it might be in about 2 years. But right now, it's whatever.
Can you imagine walking to a room and someone's jacking off with a little Wii emoji?
Oh God.
Yeah, who's gonna be the first to get canceled in the
So
metaverse?
you're definitely on the blue line headed to O'Hare in the metaverse.
You see this little emoji just like
like the detached hands.
Why is every room like this? There's just a guy beating off.
So wait, how are you walking in that thing? Like, are you walking in real life and then you're walking in there, or
Where are you walking?
You can if you have a big enough space, but yeah, I'd rather just use the controllers to move around. I'd be sitting down.
That's so sad.
It
I
just-
don't know why it is.
No,
But then again, I played The Sims a bunch growing
I
up.
played
so
Second
kinda-
Life all the time when I was a kid.
What's
It's like,
Second Life?
Second Life is kind of like The Sims, but it's like, you know, you create an avatar.
Oh, you're
and
living
you
like a
live in world.
You're living the same life as a bunch of 40-year-old husbands.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hell yeah,
Oh
that's where
my
they
God.
find their young girls.
Yeah, that's what's
That's
up.
what I was.
I don't have any kids. No, my wife is mean to me.
She came on the show with you, so I mean.
Yeah.
Did you guys make any New Year's resolutions, New Year's goals, New Year's plans?
No.
Be less distracted. I'm easily distracted. I usually don't be doing shit.
I feel like that's a prerequisite for being a comedian.
a little bit, but
Yeah.
I get distracted by a lot of things that should be at the end goal instead of
Like what?
like where
Examples.
I'm at. Ass, bitches. I get distracted by bitches a lot. Like you know, I have a good week. A
2022,
me
no
up.
bitches.
It's like if you have a choice between coochie and an open
No.
mic, or like coochie and a
Jesus.
show, or writing or something like that. I'm like, you know, I'm
But
gonna
I
do
do
some
this.
coochie.
I do the same
It's-
thing. I'll go to a show and I'm like, I'd fuck the shit out of that person.
It's shocking how
Is it-
fast I go from the Washington Post to Pornhub. Like at
Sorry.
any given moment, I'm trying to be
Yeah.
like
Literally no
informed,
Washington
and then
Post.
blah blah
Just-
blah.
VR porn is addicting. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
I'm trying to fill my whole
Fair
time
Oh,
enough.
with
like
chick
I've
and
heard
coochie.
of that, like POV stuff,
It's
right?
interesting. It's weird fucking a girl with a pink penis, but it's hey, it's
Wait a minute.
there are
You
no
get
there's
used
no
to it.
black representation on VR porn. It's all white dudes. So it's like I got this hairy white chest,
You got taco meat.
All the pimples and shit.
and then and all the videos are like an hour and a half long because like the intros are like 15 minutes. Your
What do you
girlfriend walks
do?
in.
Like, what do you
You're watching
do?
the intro.
But time out. But the whole time you're doing this, the graphics look like Grand Theft Auto.
No,
Like
it's an actual scene. It's an actual in-person scene. It's a real
So you
girl.
can look down and you just see a white
Yeah, you
man's
see it.
chest.
Yeah, white man's chest,
Oh.
white man's leg, white man dick, white man hands. It's like like you're looking from his standpoint. The girl like they pick different like scenarios of why this girl wants to fuck. It'd be like, oh, your girlfriend's upset, and then like you fast forward like 30 seconds and she's sucking your dick.
2022.
You skip over the
2021,
argument.
2021 and 2022, definitely the worst porn categories I've ever seen in my entire life.
Fantastic.
That's because people are obsessed with. They still got the OG, you know, big booty bitch with oil on it, and they just end up fucking. But people are so addicted to the stepmom, stepdad,
That's
stepbrother.
the one. That's the main one. That's it. Like you can't get rid of that. Like the
Yeah.
stepbrother one.
It's
or
either
the
that-
incest
become
one.
a
It's like,
thing,
why
though.
is that still the most popular one?
It's either that or bang bus.
Because everyone
Sometimes
wants,
it's-
everyone wants to fuck their
Casting
relative.
couch.
Once in a while.
Yeah, they would put pure relative on there if it wasn't illegal. That's what they have to put step.
I still don't
that's
believe
true.
it though.
If they could put blood related, they would. But
Not
they can't.
really. Not really. I think it's
Yeah, they
like
would.
just the fantasy of having like your dad remarried and like he has good taste, which is impossible. That never happens.
Mm.
Hmm. It's never
Was
a
it-
hot step.
They were like, "Damn, dad, what the?"
Okay, Dad. That's
And he
cute.
makes enough money where he's never home, so he doesn't appreciate the pussy he has.
Yeah.
So the wife is just horny. He was like, "Hey, the second best thing."
Yeah, you kind of look like him.
When you
yeah.
put it that way, you know.
Do you guys-
makes it make sense, you know.
Are you guys on like them NFTs and cryptocurrencies and all that other good jazz?
No.
I tried once. I bought like banana or something because I thought it was gonna be the new meme coin, but
Yeah.
it did not go well at all.
I got 15 cents on Bitcoins on my Cash App.
Oh.
All right, how's that been doing for you?
It goes up and down
Early
periodically.
retirement.
You know, 15.6 cents.
It just gives me an excuse to like open another app on my phone.
Can
know?
you trust it though? If like if you were doing a show and somebody was like, "Hey, I want to pay you in crypto," and it was a lesser known, it wasn't necessarily like Dogecoin, Bitcoin, and like that. They were just saying, "Hey, I want to pay you in Ha coin."
Fuck no.
I
I'd
have
rather
to
take
see-
pennies.
I have to see the USD amount. He has to
Mm.
give me the future prospects of this. Where is it
Mm.
now? Where is it gonna be? Can I add more on it on my Cash App?
That's good to know.
I can't just take your coin. Okay, that's like wizard dollars.
Hey, cryptocurrency is definitely wizard dollars. 1,000%.
Where you can only cash it at the local Wizard 3 flavored ice cream.
Get yourself a butterbeer.
Hey, did you just pay me in abracadabra coins, bro?
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. All right. So, what was the biggest standout moment you would say for 2021? Looking back, anything that comes to mind?
Betty White dying, I say.
I mean, she couldn't hold on for one more day.
Selfish
What's wrong with
bitch.
her?
She did it
She
on
needed like
purpose.
17 more days.
Or
She
even
was-
one day. She literally died
Yeah.
yesterday.
But her 100th birthday, I think, was the 17th of January.
So we were sitting on. So we were talking about it, and we were like thinking about it. Like, man, that I feel like that is the strongest. Like that is the most like day. And so I feel like it is.
I feel like Bill Cosby going free was kind of the biggest.
No,
Wow,
not even.
that certainly did
90
happen last
fucking
year.
8-year-old
You know what I
man.
mean? That happened.
I feel like they would have crossed paths too, like during all that time that they were both in the industry. I feel like Cosby might have definitely got her.
I mean, the insurrection also happened. I mean, a lot of shit happened.
I don't. Betty White.
It's so more
Anything.
important than
Betty White bar
anything.
Capital.
Go ahead, throw shit out. Name some stuff. I'll say Betty White every time.
Anything that stand out for you, Ty?
Shit. I had my second stalker this year, which really
Ooh,
had me.
just off of comedy or for slinging that D?
Just being a great person, right? Just being a good
Just
guy.
being caring and nice.
Being a good guy.
It's
I didn't
so
even give
bizarre
that.
how you
I
get
did not give her that
stalkers.
much dick, honestly.
That
And-
much?
That's probably the problem.
But she bought me a PS5, so I was happy about that. And
Oh
Damn.
shit!
and
Let her stalk you a little bit more.
So you got
No,
you got
no.
you got a sugar side
the
piece.
thing was,
Sugar stalker.
I had boundaries. I have boundaries. I don't care
Hashtag.
who I'm messing with. I have boundaries, and
what are your boundaries?
Your boundaries stop at PS5.
Yeah.
I'll give you some dick, you buy me PS5, and then we don't talk anymore.
Damn straight. Leave me alone. No,
And we figured out from
it's
there.
just certain boundaries. Like, okay, if I don't feel comfortable doing a certain thing, like, don't try to pressure me to do that thing.
Pussy.
If I go to sleep and I want my certain space when I'm sleeping, like, I don't want to wake up and you're like on me.
I
Like,
feel that though.
like
Yeah.
you know, if I say I don't want you, like she wasn't my girlfriend.
Sure,
I most
sure.
definitely told her that. And if you just pop up on me and you show up in places and you try to like fight people and you go into people's DMs and come to people as a woman, like that's a no go. And I have no problem cutting people off for overstepping boundaries that I established from day one. And she called my mother.
No.
Wow.
I don't even
Not the
know.
mom.
I don't even know how she got my mom's cell phone number. But she
Stop.
called my mom, had a whole conversation with my mom.
That's fine.
Fucking she. Every time I block a number, she would come up with a whole new number to text me and cuss me out.
What kind of dick
I
are you
really-
slinging?
well,
No,
hang on, yeah.
seriously,
Right.
seriously.
No penis.
She's
Just
definitely
being an
somewhere
awesome
having a
guy.
conversation going, and I bought this motherfucker a PS5,
Yeah.
and he won't even hold me when we go to sleep.
Damn straight.
When I
She's not
hear
gonna watch this, so
I'd
give her
rather
a
hold the
shout out, you know?
PS5.
Yeah.
Holy
When I
shit.
hear this kind of stuff, I'm like, I'm not that bad.
That's what I
Never-
thought too. I was like, damn.
That's a lot of energy to create a new number just to be like, you ain't shit. You know?
Right.
I
When I
would
hear
never.
Or
I-
like, you ain't shit, take me back.
Yeah.
because that's
And I,
goal,
first
right?
of all, I
stalker
would
is they want you back in
never
their
buy
life.
you a PS5. I don't care how good your dick is.
I'm
I
about
would
to
Whatever.
say,
I get myself a
I do
PS5
that
and I'd
shit.
invite you over.
I need to
and I'd lock the
reevaluate my
doors,
standards.
but-
I'll give myself away for a refurbished PS3, bro. Like,
But it put me in perspective of like relationships and how I deal with them and the type of people I deal with, because I have to learn to not just fuck with people that want me, to more like establish more, I don't know, better relationships and
It's like
stop
an
just
equal thing.
and stop just slutting around. I need to stop being
Yeah,
a skeezer.
that's,
That's just
I need to get these ladies up off me in 2022.
No bitches. 2022.
No, you can have bitches, just have standards. Just make sure you.
that's right. Only PS5.
You need to put them through a trial period.
like no PS5. Buy me a car. Buy me a house.
Yeah.
You know,
An
an SRT. I want an SRT.
Yeah.
You
That's
want it? You
reasonable.
want it?
I love that
Track
you're raising
hog.
your standards.
Give me a track hog.
Wait,
bitch.
do you accept haha coin?
This bitch just gave me 15 ha-ha coins. I'm in it.
Oh shit! All right, well, we are gonna go ahead and start wrapping up episode 2 of the Real R.A.P Podcast. I'd like to thank all my esteemed guests for coming out today to shoot this. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna make sure that all of you at home, follow these very, very funny comedians. I've had the chance to share the stage with each one of them. And I mean, they're tearing down the city right now. So first, we're going to start with the very lovely Courtney. If you want to go tell the people how they can find you on the interwebs.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. It's Malortney. It's a little Chicago reference for you. And then Twitter, Courtnicovia. So that's where I'm at. So.
Oh, Jessica.
Yeah, I'm Jess Does Nothing on Instagram.
Just Google Ty Riggs and I will show up. It's
Yeah.
between
Google
me.
your mama's favorite.
Yeah, your mama's favorite on Instagram. But just Google Ty Riggs. I'm the first one to show up. The other one is a gay porn star. We don't talk about that.
Wow.
But hey, you know, he retired in the early 2000s when I was a child. So it's not me.
Would you do porn?
I would. I have a friend who wants to put me on in LA, but I'm like, yeah.
Awesome. You should
But
do it.
I don't know. I got to start working out and eating right.
I love that we asked him what his
But
goals were for 2022, and he skipped over all the good shit.
That's not my goal. I would like to do it, you know, as like a way to get money and also just fuck porn stars. But
Yeah. He says he needs that
It's
new
not a goal.
Oculus. He got the
Yeah.
PS5 on lock.
Yeah. The
Oh my
only
God.
He's on the
PS5
bigger
you can
and better.
buy with being in the porn industry.
Yeah, they call him PS8.5. Wait a minute. Edit all that out. I didn't mean to say that. That's a little close. That's a little close to the line. We're getting rid of that. All right. Once again, everybody, it's a Real R.A.P Podcast, episode 2. Stay tuned in. Smash the like button, share, and subscribe. Love y'all. Mike, you straight from the south side. Mike. I'm just so happy to be here right now. Real R.A.P Podcast.